Good morning, students. The next topic is initialization. Initialization means assigning specific value to a variable. Initialization of a variable may take place in the following two ways. Number one is static initialization and number two is dynamic initialization. So what is this static initialization? In static initialization, the variable is initialized during its declaration at the time of writing program. Here we can understand static initialization by this example. Here you can see it is written int a is equal to 5. Here you can see declaration part and initialization part has done together. Here you see int a is equal to 5. Here we have declared also this variable a, its data type is int. Already you have studied, students, how to declare the variable int a. Means here a is a variable, its data type is int. And when we are initializing this value into this variable at the time of writing program, this type of initialization is known as static initialization. The other example you can see float k is equal to 2.0f. This here also we are watching here that float is a data type, k is a variable and the value we have given. The value we have given at the time of writing program. So this is also example of static initialization. Some more examples I have given here. You can see char c is equal to a. Here also a is the literal, means the value that we have stored in char data type variable, that is c, and in the program itself we have stored this value. So this type of initialization is known as static initialization. You can see here another example I have given of boolean. Boolean k is equal to false. In the program itself we have written this false value we are storing in k. This is also static initialization. Double d is equal to 3.0. Here the variable d has declared here, and 3.0 is the value that is going to store in d variable. Its data type is double. Okay. In the previous video you have learned that the variable can be declared and initialized in two parts also. Here I have written declare it then initialize it. Both are same process. Here also you can see that int a is written. It means in first line I have declared, but in the next line in the a variable I have stored the value 5. Okay, so in the program only we have stored this value. So this is example of static initialization. Just like this you can see in the another example also. In one line float k we have declared it. In the another line we have initialized it. Okay, so initialization we have done in the program itself. So this kind of initialization is known as static initialization. Okay children. Now second part is dynamic initialization. Here you can see the definition. When a variable gets initialized at runtime, that is during execution of the program, is termed as dynamic initialization. Okay children, you see this example. In this example you see I have declared three variable int a, b, c. Okay, after input of a and b. A and B, whatever input is there, we will take the input, and then I have written dynamic initialization. C is equal to A plus B. What is the meaning of this line? This line means first A and B, whatever the value the user is giving in A and B, and then what will happen when we will write this formula C is equal to A plus B, this formula will not execute before we will compile it and we will execute it. So at the time of writing the program children, we are declaring it, we are writing the formula. Formula writing is example of dynamic initialization. What is the reason? Reason is here we have declared the variable, we have input A and B, and then we are writing the formula. After that we will compile the program. and then we will run the program. At the run time, we will give the value of A and B. And when it will receive the value of A and B, that time the formula will start working. And when the formula will start working, and after calculation of the formula, the final result will store in another variable. So this process is known as dynamic initialization. In the definition above, it was written that when the value gets stored at the time of execution of the program. Okay, here C is the variable which does not store any value in the program. Only it stores the formula. So when we will compile the program, and then when we will run the program, the formula will execute, and at the execution time the value will get stored in another variable, that is C. So this kind of initialization is known as dynamic initialization. Now you can see one more example I have given. Float A equal to 2. Here you can see float A equal to 2 when I have written. It means in the program itself, in this line, I have initialized the variable. So we can say this line is the example of this float A is equal to 2.0 and B is equal to 3.0. This is the example of static initialization. But just in the next line you see I have written the formula. C is equal to A plus B. In this line, what is happening? The formula is stored in the memory. But when we will compile the program and we will run the program, at that time, what will happen? A plus B, that is 2.0 plus 3.0. The result will be 5.0, and that will be stored where? In variable C. See children, here in this example, declaration part, you see an initialization part. When we use float data type, that time with the value f is compulsory to write. And when we are not writing this f, then it will be treated as double data type value. That's why f is compulsory to write. Okay? And then only your value will store in float data type. By mistake, I did not write this f in the previous example. Now I have corrected it. I have written here f. So f is compulsory to write. Okay children? And here you see dynamic initialization example, which already I have explained you that this formula. One exercise I have made for you, that is state the kind of initialization. Okay? State the kind of initialization means which kind of initialization it is. Whether it is static initialization or dynamic initialization. You see in first line it is written int a is equal to 7. So 7 is a value that is storing in variable a in the program itself. So which type of initialization it is? You have to write in your classwork copy. The whole note should be written in your classwork copy. As Rita ma'am already explained, that copy you have to make theory copy. In theory copy, you will write everything. Okay. The second example is area is equal to side into side. You can see it is formula. Area is a variable which has no value at the time of writing the program. So the value will store in area variable when the program will execute. So you just tell me that which kind of initialization it is. Either it is static or dynamic. Okay children? Now you see question number 2. Differentiate between static initialization and dynamic initialization. So you can write the definition which I gave you. Okay? And the second point example you can write. Okay, thank you students for initialization. Now our next topic is expression. What is expression? An expression contains variable, constants and operators. You can see the example of expression. A plus B. Here you can see A, B, these are variable, plus is the operator. And another example 6 plus 4, here values also are added with arithmetical operator. A plus 4, the variable is added with the value, that is also example of expression. So the definition is given, an expression contains variables, constants and operators. There are two types of expression, students. Number one is pure expression and number two is mixed expression. Now we will discuss about what this pure expression is. You can see here I have written one definition for you. You note down this in your classwork copy. An expression which contains same type of data items, variables or constants is known as pure expression. You will understand this by given example. This is the example which I have written for you, that is int a is equal to 5, b is equal to 7, c. Here children, just now we have studied initialization also. Can you tell me which kind of initialization it is? Int a is equal to 5, b is equal to 7. This is example of static initialization because here we have stored the value into the variable. Okay, and this line we have declared also. And in the just next line, I have written c is equal to a plus b. So you can see here which kind of initialization it is. It is example of dynamic initialization because c is the variable which has no value when you write the program. But when you run the program, that time 5 plus 7 will take place and 12 will store in c. So this is example of dynamic initialization. But now come to the point. Here I was teaching you expression. So which kind of expression it is? Is it pure expression or mixed expression? This was the topic. Okay. So here program segment I have written here, that is int a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 7, c. The next line I have written c is equal to a plus b. In this example you see the right part of this statement. Which is the right part of the statement? C is equal to a plus b. C is the left part, a plus b is the right part. Now you see a and b, two variables we have used in this expression. Okay, and one arithmetical operator plus we have used. Okay, here you have to see that which kind of variable this a and b are. You have not to see c variable. You have to check only the right part of the expression, that is a plus b. You just tell me what is the data type of a. You can see here data type of a is int and data type of b is also int. So both have same kind of data type. Both are int. It means this is example of pure expression. Okay children, a and b both are int data type, which is the right part of the expression. You have to check only the right part of the expression. Right part of the statement. It means expression part you have to see. The expression here you see a plus b is the expression where a and b has the same data type, that is int. So it is known as pure expression. Here I have written also, here a data type is int and b data type is also int. Result is 12. Okay. So by this question you can understand in the exam, if the question is asked that state the kind of expression, whether it is pure or mixed, we will check the expression side and we will see the data type. If data type is same, then it is example of pure expression. Now the second point, mixed expression. An expression which contains different types of data items is known as mixed expression. You can understand by this example. Float b is equal to 10.0f, c int a is equal to 5. Here also you can see that first line is the example of, if we are talking about state the kind of initialization, then you can see here value is already stored in the program. So this is example of static initialization. Here also 5 has stored in a. This is example of static initialization. This line is the formula. This is example of dynamic initialization. Here I have discussed about the initialization because recently you have studied it in this same video. Now our topic was what is mixed expression. Okay. So what is mixed expression? You see this expression line first. This is statement you see. C is equal to A plus B. Here A plus B is the expression. Okay. Now see data type of A. What is the data type of A and what is the data type of B? You see data type of A is int and data type of B is float. So they both of these variables are not of same kind. Here these are mix. One is int, another is float. So this is example of mixed expression. This is not pure expression because A and B both have two different data types. A is int and B is float. Here you can see I have written here a data type, A data type is int and B data type is float. Okay children. So this is the example of which kind of expression? Mixed expression. Now this is time of exercise. One question is differentiate between pure and impure expression. Already the definition is given in the video. Okay. You will see the video and you will write in your classwork copy this differentiate. This question 1, that is differentiate between pure and impure expression. First point will be the definition and the second point will be the example. Now you see question number 2 is state the kind of expression. Okay. You see first one is int A is equal to 5, double B is equal to 2.5. Okay children. And then you have to tell that which kind of expression it is. It is pure expression or mixed expression. And another second point also you can see the second question is there. Int A is equal to 7, B is equal to 5, C. C is equal to A into B. So here also you have to tell that which kind of expression it is. Whether it is mixed or pure. So children, in this video we have studied what this initialization is and the second topic that we have studied what the expression is. Okay children. So initialization and expression here I have explained you and that I want to see in your classwork copy children with the solution of exercise question. Thank you so much students. Thank you very much.